Hey there everybody, my name is Turtle Dude. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to be doing something a little bit different today because I have two problems that I need to solve at once. So here's the deal. I uploaded a video about Redout 2. The Redout 2 community found it, they posted it on their Discord. The video blew up as a result of that. It got way more support than anything I had uploaded at the time. And I got access to an entirely new community that I never had before. That likes Redout 2, Balatro, and Outlast. That's great. I'm super happy that happened. I wish it would happen more often, honestly. But it presented an issue that I never had before. My older audience, pre-Redout 2 video, who likes Motorstorm mostly, doesn't seem to be a huge fan of my newer content. But the newer people who came post-Redout 2 video like my newer content, but not necessarily my older content. So there's this split forming. It's only going to get worse as time progresses. So I'd like to know if there's anything I can do to fix that. And that way we can all be one unified, happy group. Because honestly, that's what I'm here for. I want to make everybody here just as happy as we can, you know, and I don't want anybody to be left out of the good times, essentially. So I came up with an idea to solve both that problem and issue number 2. Issue number 2 is the fact that I have a whole bunch of old series on this channel that I, for one reason or another, I never bothered to complete. And I do feel bad about that. I would like to complete some of them. And I'll explain which ones. And as I go through the list explaining what ones I just don't want to continue and what ones I do want to continue, I'd like to know, out of any of the ones I bring up, which ones you'd be interested in seeing more content for. And if you don't like any of them, that's fine. Just let me know that too. I just want to get a feel for both audiences to see where we're at, so that maybe we can find something that everybody's happy with. You know, we can try to bridge the gap. So, let's get started. I Am Bread. I Am Bread is a rage physics game where you're a piece of bread and you're just trying to turn yourself into a piece of toast. That's it. That's the whole principle. And it's comical. And I could have a lot of fun recording a new series for this, but I do wonder if people get burnt out on it, because once you see a little bit of it, you've kind of seen all of it. It's one of those things that I am not exactly looking to make another series for it, but I would if enough people asked for it. BioShock. I actually did a full playthrough of BioShock, beginning to end, on my channel, and it is the first full playthrough that I actually consider to be legitimate on my channel. I put a lot of work into this originally, but I had a very limited editor, and I didn't have a very good recording setup. So the videos are kind of rough around the edges. They're very long. They could be like half their life. I mean, some of these videos in here are over an hour long. And a lot of that is just me running around just trying to figure out where I'm trying to go. But BioShock's in an interesting place where I really don't remember a lot about BioShock. It's been long enough I've kind of forgotten it. So I can play this somewhat fresh as a brand new thing on the channel. And just have everybody enjoy BioShock for what it is with my better editing skills and stuff now. Basically do BioShock justice. I'd be willing to do that, but only, again, if it had good support. Limbo. Limbo is a black and white puzzler that tells a strange story as you go through it. I actually did a full playthrough of the game, beginning to end, but it's recorded pretty rough because it's very early on in my channel. I would not be opposed to re-recording it with my modern setup. It wouldn't take very long, maybe 2 hours, to play the entire game. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. Uncharted. So, Uncharted is in a unique spot on this channel, because I recorded a complete playthrough from beginning to end of Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which is the first game in a series of 4. I never touched the second, third, and fourth game in this series, despite the fact that I own them. I would totally go back and record Uncharted 2, 3, and 4 with my brand new setup. Uncharted 1 was a 9-ish, 10-ish hour-long game, and at the time of me making those videos, I put an insane amount of work into the first Uncharted series. I thought it was going to be the one to pull me out of the YouTube gutters. It did not, for the record. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I put so much work into it. And that would allow the people who've been around my channel for a super long time, who remember the first Uncharted series, to enjoy it, while I do the second, third, and fourth game. And it kind of ties everybody together. So I think it would be a good start. let me know if you'd like to see more Uncharted stuff. BioShock 2. This is one of the first ones that we have talked about that I blatantly abandoned. I rage quit it. And the reason for that is it plays terribly on console. I could do it. I could record it, but only if BioShock 1 got a reboot. And I went through and I replayed all of BioShock 1 with my new setup. That would be the only reason I ever played BioShock 2.
Look, Daddy, it's
okay?
you.
Maybe after all the years of playing games and stuff, I've gotten better at them. Maybe I could beat BioShock 2 no problem now. But at this time, I would not be doing a BioShock 2 playthrough unless I can also do a BioShock 1 playthrough before it. Rocket League. Rocket League is a fun game, but I played it a lot back in the day, and I got really good at it, but I'm just to the point that I'm just tired of playing it, which is actually why the videos never really did anything spectacular. I was just kind of burnt out on Rocket League, and I still am. So at this point, I have no intentions of ever continuing Rocket League, but maybe I'd throw a couple nostalgia videos in there if somebody asked. The Minecraft Amped series. Man, that's a throwback. I have big plans for that series. They never came through. And it was all due to recording issues because I was trying to play an amplified world on survival hard difficulty. I wanted to see if I could do it. I was going to make this whole playthrough of me trying to go kill the Ender Dragon and stuff. But it just never pulled through. Like, there's no way I could record it. I didn't figure it'd get any views because tons of people have done similar stuff like that in the past. At this time, I'm considering that dead. I still couldn't record that properly at this time anyway. So if you really want to see that, I'm sorry, it can't happen. Half-Life. Ooh. Half-Life did not go well for my channel. In fact, when I uploaded Half-Life videos, it actually tanked the entire view rate of my channel quite a lot both times I uploaded videos about it. YouTube compressed the crap out of my channel as soon as I uploaded Half-Life. So if I'm going to do that, I need a lot of support to make sure that YouTube doesn't kill my channel again. And I'll just start from scratch with a brand new Half-Life series because we only made it like 2 videos in anyway. So let me know if you'd like to see that. I would try it, but it's going to have to get a lot of support. Need for Speed Payback. No, I will not be doing a series on this. This series failed miserably in almost every case, and it wasn't until I basically had the best cars in the game that videos even got some views. It is not worth the grind. I'm not doing it. So I would just scratch that one off the list. The Last of Us. Yes, I would do a series on The Last of Us. I don't know if I would continue off of the series that already exists on my channel or if I would start fresh. I'm leaning more towards starting fresh, but it would be on The Last of Us Remastered, not the newer Last of Us Part 1 that got remastered with all the better graphics and stuff, because I can't justify paying another $60 for the exact same game that I have played dozens of times, because I actually really like The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite games of all time. So for me to be able to do that, especially if you want the new Last of Us Part 1 with the better graphics and stuff, I would have to have tremendous support up front. I'm talking about like the first video. It has to get crazy amount of support so that people will actually watch it for the entire duration of the game. Because it is like a 28 to 30 hour long game. It's an endeavor. So I would do it, but you know how much work it would have to be on your end. Like, you're going to have to share this with a ton of people for me to be able to do that series properly. Call of Duty Warzone. I have a playlist of like 40 videos from Warzone. Almost all of them are playing with friends. That's the reason the game was fun. After they quit playing it, the game was dead. I have absolutely zero intentions of recording anything related to Call of Duty on this channel again. It's just, I'm not about it. I don't like playing them anymore. I'm out. Geometry Dash. I'm not really feeling it, to be honest with you. I could get the PC version and play like the endless horde of levels they got on there, but I don't want to do it. I'm out. Journey. The only way that I would do Journey again on this channel is if somehow we could live stream it and everybody would be there for it from beginning to end, all the way through, or if I could do it with people who have watched the channel for a long time. Because Journey is one of those games that you have to do as an experience in its entirety, from start to finish. You can't cut it off in the middle somewhere. Which is why there's only one video of it on my channel. It's very long, and it's from the beginning to the end of the entire game. Let me know if you'd be interested in doing that, but you know the requirements. SCP Containment Breach. Yes, I would still do videos on SCP Containment Breach if enough people would watch them.
Why is there a pumpkin head?
Because even to this day, after all the scary games and stuff that I've played, SCP Containment Breach still holds the record for the absolute worst jump scare I have ever gotten. I had to pause the game and sit there for a minute because my chest actually hurt. That's how bad I got jump scared by it, okay? I would love to play SCP Containment Breach. Let me know if you're interested in it. Pix the Cat. Nope, it's a one and done type thing. I don't really have a need to make more. Perfect. Plants vs. Zombies 2. Nope. Every one of those videos sucks. Shouldn't have ever made them, honestly. Thumper. Ooh. I guess I would do it if enough people for some reason wanted to watch it, but I highly doubt you will. If you go watch the first 5 videos, you'll figure out why. But I don't think Thumper is a good game for viewers. It's a good game to play, but not a fun game to watch. So for that reason, I'm going to say no. If I'm wrong, tell me. Maybe I'll change my mind. Portal. I'm going to bundle Portal 1 and 2 into the same thing here.
Thank you.
I don't want to do another Portal 1 playthrough. I have an entire playthrough start to finish on my channel. It's one video. It has a little bit of a graphical error in it, but if absolutely demanded, I might redo it. It's not that long of a game, but I don't really enjoy it. Portal 2, however, I would love to do series on. I've been trying to do a Portal 2 series for years, but every time I try to record it, the Source engine, which is what Portal 2 runs on, throws an absolute fit. Because, like, the first time I tried, it jumped the frame rate to like 9,999 frames per second, which, no, my computer definitely cannot handle, and it about killed my entire computer, literally about bricked it. So I had to terminate all that, and then I tried again with a different setup, and it gave me this black screen for the game, but if I looked over at OBS, it gave me the actual footage, but it was like 3 or 4 seconds behind. So I was like, what? And then just tons and tons of recording issues happened. And even when I finally got it to work, I finally recorded a video for Portal 2, which is still up on the channel. It came out super dark, like somebody had baked the contrast into the video, which you can see here. But I don't even know why that happened. It didn't look like that when I was playing the game. It just recorded it like that. So if I could ever figure out how to do it, I would do it. But it's going to have a lot of support because I'm going to have to beat my head against the Source engine to record it the entire time. Soda Dungeon. Nope. I just didn't enjoy playing it. I'm out. Burnout Paradise. Yes, actually. I would do a series on Burnout Paradise. I do have the newer version of Burnout Paradise. It supposedly had remastered graphics. I will warn you, they pretty much look exactly like the original game, as far as I can tell. At least what I remember of it. But I do have that, so I would play Burnout Paradise Remastered. I don't know that it would be like a complete series. It would be kind of just me goofing around having fun, because I played a lot of Burnout Paradise as a kid. So, you know, you're not getting into something that's going to be super special there, but we would have some fun with it. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. You Will Not Remain. No, I'm not doing another playthrough of that. I did a perfectly good, complete playthrough of it before. It was very strange. You can check it out. Telepaint. Nah, I'm not going to do more videos on that. I think it overstayed its welcome past the first video. Uncanny Valley. Yes, I would do Uncanny Valley again. I would completely start fresh from scratch, because apparently I was supposed to do a whole bunch of runs, like one after the other. I only did one, and I thought that was the entire game. I was wrong. So now I only have this one video out there that's like super incomplete for the actual plot of the entire game. I would love to go back and replay all of Uncanny Valley, if anybody would be interested in that. Literally anything MotorStorm. I would actually do more stuff with MotorStorm. I would. I really do like MotorStorm. I think that's pretty evident. I have hundreds of videos on it, but I just think it's time for my channel to move on from MotorStorm, honestly. I think I have done everything there is to do with MotorStorm, except for just super tedious stuff that I'm not really interested in getting into anyway. So I think they're very good videos. I think a lot of people got a lot of enjoyment out of them. I'm happy about that. I'm really happy that people enjoyed it, but I don't want it to overstay its welcome. And I think it's best if I just leave it where it is now. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you agree, but I don't know. That's kind of a hard call for me to make, honestly. Darkwood. Yes, absolutely yes. If somebody out there, like 1 or 2 people, would promise that they would watch the Darkwood playlist from beginning to end on every video that I put out for it, it would be worth it for me to make an entire series on that game. Because I only made 1 video on it, and it was the most fascinating and interesting game that I have played in ages. And I regret not playing that game every time I see that playlist on my channel. But the reason I didn't do it is because I couldn't record it right. I knew it was going to be too good of a game for me to have a botched recording of it. So I waited. But now, one way or the other, I have a way to record Darkwood. So if you want a series on it, all you got to do is promise that you'll watch it. And the series will be made as soon as possible. Oh, and before we move on from Darkwood here, I want to give you a little bit of trivia about that game, because that was the start of what my modern day YouTube channel currently is. Because that was the first time I recolored my face camera that I can recall. Because Darkwood is super grayscale a lot of the time, and there's only little blips of coloring here and there. So my face was sticking out like a sore thumb down there in the corner. So what I did is I completely grayscaled my face, and then I would just add little bits of color to it manually, here or there. And then over a long period of time, I now built a system that I can do that like super fast on the fly. Like if I make it super dark, I can match my face. If I make it super bright, same thing. I can even have it rotate through colors and it'll still match my face to it pretty well. But that was the start of that. So that is even more reason why I feel like I need to go back and do Darkwood right. Let me know if you want to see Darkwood's content. Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, absolutely yes. This is another one of those ones that without a doubt, I would love to do a series on. But nobody on the channel will watch my old series on it. Nobody. It's like, it gets so few views. And I'm completely open to any suggestions you have on how to make that series better. I'll start completely from scratch. I'll start from where I was. I'll do literally whatever you want so long as I can play Cyberpunk 2077 on this channel. Okay? I'm serious. Like a big DLC came out for it, and I still haven't got to play it, despite the fact that I bought it, because I've been waiting around to see if I can get it to take off on this channel. Let me know if you want Cyberpunk stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to be forced to play it on my own time, and you'll miss out on like one of the greatest gaming experiences I have ever had. Okay? Please, let me know if you want to see it or not. Road 96. Yes, they actually had a DLC come out for that game too, that I still haven't ever got to play. I didn't buy that one yet. But my plan was to go through the entire base game and then play the DLC after that. But for some reason, after like the second video, people just quit watching it altogether. So I kind of just got out of making Road 96 videos. But I had a blast with those videos. They were really hard for me to edit at the time, but now I've gotten that kind of under my belt. I feel like I could just, you know, make that work. I would do more Road 96 videos if people would watch them. And I still haven't played Road 96 since that last one, so I could pick up right where I left off. It'd be seamless. Super Time Force Ultra. I don't know about this one, guys. It plays a lot like Broforce, and those really aren't my kind of game. If somebody really wanted me to, I might consider it, but otherwise, I'm not really looking to make more videos in that series. Doom. Yeah. It's not an overwhelming yes, but if people wanted to see it, I would play more Doom. I've only got one video on it. It was pretty fun to make. I had to make a whole new audio system to get that game to work because the audio in that game is extremely loud. So I had to find a way to kind of tone it down a little bit, but I did. I managed to pull it off. So if you'd like to see Doom, yeah, I'll play more of that. Alien Isolation. Absolutely, overwhelmingly, yes. In fact, I have full intentions of making more content for that game. The reason I originally stopped was because of the editing time. So do you remember back in Darkwood, when I just told you about it, I said I grayscaled my face and I put little colors on it once in a while? That was a problem for Darkwood, but it was manageable because most of Darkwood's gray. So I could just color the face gray and then leave it gray for a good while until that little bit of color showed up. And then I just had to do that one section of coloring manually on my face. Alien Isolation has lots of big red flashing alarms and strange color transitions between rooms and all this stuff. And I was still trying to manually color my face. It was nothing for it to take me like a week, 2 weeks to make one of those videos right. That's not good. I mean, it was insane. And then it would take like 17 hours to render the video or something. I had to find a better way to do that because I wanted my face to be the realistic coloring like that. And now I have it. I built it. It was the thing I just showed you a little bit ago. So I can totally go back right now and continue Alien Isolation if people would like me to do so. Outer Wilds. That one's questionable. I feel like Outer Wilds might be burning itself out after only 5 videos. The reason I actually stopped making the videos though was because it got removed from PlayStation Plus. I did get it for free, and when it got removed, I just didn't feel like paying for it at the time, so the videos just kind of stopped. If people still really want to see Outer Wilds, I'll buy the game and I'll keep playing it. Like, it was enjoyable enough, I think it was worth the money, but I don't know that I'm curious enough to make a whole series out of it. You know what I mean? So, let me know what you think there. Creeks. Yeah, I'd play more Creeks. I'm really curious about Creeks. I like its little playful story. The videos go from very rough around the edges to something a little better than that, and if I'd use my current setup, it would be way better than that. But it's been kind of across the era of my YouTube channel. It's just kind of been lingering in the background. So I would like to finish it, but only if people would be interested in doing so. I'd recommend you check out the first several videos before you comment one way or the other on this one. Superliminal. No, I will not be doing more on Superliminal. I did that as a New Year's special. It took over 24 hours straight to render off of my computer. It was an absurd project. I am massively burnt out on Superliminal after having to do that project. Great video though. If you watch it all the way through, it really is a mind-bending puzzler. So if you like that kind of thing, check that out. But I won't be doing more with it. Not at least in the foreseeable future. Lethal Company. Yes, it would probably be heavily modded and I would have to play it with friends, but I could potentially do some more Lethal Company stuff. I feel like Lethal Company's kind of burnt out in pop culture at this point, so I'd be doing it pretty much just for fun. But some of the funniest videos I have ever put out came from that Lethal Company series.
If it kills me, we're not going to be able to get back to a different
Don't get
place.
close enough that it can kill you, just yell really loud.
No, don't do it, don't do it, the thing's open.
I had a blast making that. So if you're looking for some laughs, I guess you could go check that out. But let me know what you think about making more Lethal Company, or if you're kind of okay with leaving that where it is. Either way, I'd be all right with it. Cabela's North American Adventures. You know what? I'm kind of good. It would be a really wonky playthrough, and it wouldn't be very good anyway. So I think 1 was enough to get the point across. Oxygen not included. Very conflicting answer of yes, no, no. Yes, I would like to do more oxygen not included stuff. No, I do not have a good way to record it because the longer you play an oxygen not included save, the laggier it gets until it's basically not even a watchable video. And no, new videos would not be like the old ones in the regard that I would cut them to bits so you didn't actually have to sit there and watch so much of the boring stuff. But even if I did that, you still wouldn't be able to actually watch the gameplay due to the lag. So for now, oxygen not included is off the table, unfortunately. Guitar Hero 5. Only as a live stream just to kind of hang out. I don't really have intentions of doing that as dedicated videos. Wreckfest. I've thought several times about kind of trying to bring Wreckfest back on my channel. It seemed to be semi-popular, you know? But I still feel like it overstayed its welcome. Wreckfest is one of those things that it's really fun for a while, but after a period of time, it all kind of becomes the same thing. So I got kind of burnt out on it, and at that point I knew the audience was burnt out on it. So I just said to leave it where it is. We don't have to make any more Wreckfest videos, and I'm okay with that even today. I still stand by that philosophy. The only reason I even thought about trying to start it back up was I got the Wreckfest Complete Edition, which is all the DLC included with the base game because it went on a huge sale. So I went ahead and bought it. So I technically could make some new content about like all the DLC cards and stuff. But honestly, I'm okay with leaving it where it is. I don't really want to start it back up, but I wanted to at least put it in here in case somebody was super interested. Enter the Gungeon. Absolutely yes. I may regret telling you this, but I actually already recorded another video for it. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to edit it to make it a little bit more entertaining. I'm open to suggestions there. But at this time, I am planning on cutting the large majority of it out and just showing some interesting fights and stuff. And just kind of spot you in as we go, so you don't have to sit there and watch me grind through a whole bunch of basic ads. That's the general plan. Let me know what you think there. It'll be a lot shorter than the other Gungeon videos if I pull it off like that. The Pedestrian. I don't think this channel is real into puzzlers. I would make more videos on it, but they're kind of slow compared to like racing videos and stuff on this channel. I don't figure you guys would like it, but if I'm wrong, I'd do it. Yeah, why not? I'd make more pedestrian videos if you want me to. A difficult game about climbing. I thought this series would do a lot better than it did. It did not. The first video, which is the only one I uploaded, got a whopping 3 views. Was not worth it. And I'm kind of okay with that, honestly. Like, I like games like Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, but I don't know that that would be good content for YouTube. So if everybody's cool with it, I might just drop that series there. Or, you know, maybe you can watch the video and you really like it or something, but I don't foresee it going anywhere. And I think I should just cut my losses on that one. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy. Pun intended, I am over it. I have beaten that game a ton of times now. I think I'm up to like 20 maybe or something. And I'm eventually trying to get that trophy that you have to beat it 50 times. I can reliably beat the game in like an hour. Most of the time around 30 minutes, sometimes down closer to 15 minutes. But I don't really want to play it on YouTube. It's hard to record anyway, and it's kind of annoying, so I'm good to leave it with the 2 videos that I've made about it. Dead by Daylight. So I'm actually surprised to learn that I've made 10 videos about Dead by Daylight. I didn't think it was nearly that many. And I've noticed a trend, because in the very beginning, when I was kind of new to the game, the videos are funny. I mean, they were a lot of fun to make. I had a great time playing with friends. But as the videos progress, it becomes more and more about running meta builds and stuff. That was just true to the game's experience, because when you get better at the game, you get higher up into the rankings, you have to run the meta builds, or you're just going to get steamrolled by somebody else who is. And that's just how the game is. And eventually, I got tired of doing that. So I kind of quit playing for a while, and then I found games like Balatro and Buckshot Roulette, most recently, that are just a thrill. They're so much fun compared to what Dead by Daylight has devolved into for me. So I have recently opted to completely quit playing Dead by Daylight. I deleted it off my entire console. I haven't played it for a good while now. And I'm happy, honestly, without having to play that game. So, yeah, I don't have any intentions to return to this for at least a good while. And eventually I might get back into it when I've forgotten how to play, because then it'll be kind of fun again. So, for now, no. I will not be making more Dead by Daylight content. Outlast. Yes, I do have full intentions of making more Outlast content. Outlast 1 has a DLC called Whistleblower. Then there's Outlast 2, and there's also Outlast 3, which is also known as Outlast Trials. I can play all of those if you'd like me to. My only complaint with the first Outlast was that at first it didn't really get a whole lot of views. I'd like it to be shared a bit so that more people can have the experience, as it was a lot of editing, especially when a certain pair of naked brothers came in and I had to manually crop out their male appendages using a mosaic blur, which took several hours. I was not very happy about having to do that, but I did it for the series, and I will do it again if there's more of it in the rest of the series. So let me know if you want to do that. I'd be interested in recording more Outlast. Broforce. Whew, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Broforce is the closest thing to brain rot that I've ever put on this channel. I don't know if I should make more of that. My voice really hurt after trying to record that video. If you don't know why, just give it a watch. You'll find out real quick. And I think it might have already overstayed its welcome with how long the first video was. I might be wrong. If people here really love Broforce and you want to hear me go make weird voices again, I guess I'll do it. But it wasn't a terrible time. It's just, whew, it's a lot. So I guess that one's up to you guys. What do you want me to do with Broforce? Buckshot Roulette. Yeah, I would absolutely make more content on Buckshot Roulette. In fact, I don't really know why the first video didn't do very well. It's surrounded by stuff that did pretty stinking well, but Buckshot Roulette itself is just kind of sitting there doing nothing. Which, I don't really get that, because I had the most fun out of all the most recent videos making Buckshot Roulette. But then people just don't like the video, and I don't get that. Is there something wrong with Buckshot Roulette that you guys just don't like? Like, is it super obvious and I'm just blind to it? Like, I don't know. Let me know about Buckshot Roulette. I can totally make more stuff about that. Redout 2. I very obviously have full intentions of continuing Redout 2. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen. Balatro. So Balatro has been an interesting study on my channel since it came out. So much so that I'm actually going to explain it to you. The first video came out, 7 views. That's terrible. Second video came out, 4 views. That's abysmally bad. Third video came out, 17 views, which isn't great, but at least we're going uphill. But it got 10 comments. And the reason for that was because the title included the term riffraff, which is apparently the name of a popular rapper. I didn't know that. I don't listen to rap. So when a bunch of people came into the comments and started asking me if Riffraff the rapper was in here, I was like, no, Riffraff is the name of the Joker card that I'm using in Balatro, which is absolutely true. And they're like, oh, and then they kind of pieced out. So I didn't do great on that video, in my opinion. It was accidentally misleading. I don't really take credit for that. But then the 4th video came out and it got 106 views. What happened? So I did a lot of digging. That video that I was just talking about, the 4th one, came out on July 1st. I later, 3 days later, on July 4th, released a fireworks video, which is a big search because, you know, 4th of July fireworks, and it did incredibly well, with 300-something views. Okay, well, YouTube saw I was succeeding with the fireworks video and just chose one of the most recently uploaded videos that looked kind of bright, which was the yellow thumbnail right here, and just started tossing it onto the home page of people's YouTube. Like if you type in youtube.com and you hit enter, and that first page that pops up with a whole bunch of videos that YouTube thinks you'll like, that's the home page. That's exactly where you want your videos to be. That's the first thing people see when they click on YouTube. And it put it on there for a while. So that video just took off. But like, I looked at the analytics of it. That video is 53 minutes long. If all 106 people watch that, I should have like oodles of watch time. I don't. So that means that nobody watched that video all the way through. Like, most people probably didn't make it more than like 5 or 10 minutes through it before they clicked away. Like, they did not stick around. Apparently they didn't get what they signed up for when they saw a 53-minute video about Balatro. But nobody made it far enough into the video to realize that that was only part 1, because there's another 35 minutes of that for part 2 that came out as the 5th video, and it got 20 views. Now, listen, I partially am to blame for that because it took me 9 days to make part 2 compared to part 1. So that's on me. But in my defense, it takes me a really long time to edit those videos, and I was trying to make a whole bunch of crap for Redout 2 and other things like Buckshot Roulette and Broforce. Broforce did really well, so in a way I kind of don't regret this, but I do wonder if Balatro would have done better had I just released the sequel like a little bit earlier, but too late now. So I already have more videos recorded for Balatro that I'm slowly chewing through. Editing takes a while. And I guess we'll see where that goes. But if you know anybody who likes Balatro, give him a reference, because I really like Balatro and I would totally like to play more of it. And it'd be a crying shame if that didn't make it on my channel, because I feel like I'm putting out some decent stuff. And that was the first deck that I actually got to do really well with, the 4th and 5th video. That's why they're so long, is because I actually did super well with a deck that had absolutely no strategy. And that's like not something that you're supposed to do in this game. So that's why they're all put together long like that. But yeah, that series alone has been a massive learning curve. So we'll see how it goes, I suppose. So that's all of them. That is every series on the channel right now that I would like to continue from something that may be discontinued or is already discontinued. Let me know what you like. Share what you like to other people. Whatever gets the most attention is, of course, what I'm going to end up going with. So it's entirely up to you. What stuff do you want brought back? Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Turtle Dude. Peace out.